I humbly beseech Allah, the embodiment of boundless mercy and compassion, to graciously attend to my supplications. Furthermore, it should be noted that he skillfully combined various elements renowned for their ability to evoke a strong desire for water as we earnestly strive to obtain it. The praise of Allah is attributed to his qualities of mercy and forgiveness. We were fortunate that the gustatory perception of salt, garlic, and onions stimulated our thirst sensation and elicited a desire to consume fluids. I respectfully present this prayer in the esteemed presence of Allah. I respectfully beseech the Divine Being, characterized by boundless compassion and benevolence, with the following entreaty. The instructor's response has consistently remained unchanged, and I will perpetually express gratitude for this. A student may politely request water following a satiating meal, to which a teacher may gravely reply, "Indeed, we do not possess any sacred water resources to provide, as it is beyond our capabilities." I kindly request your attention to this humble statement in the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. May the benevolence and compassion of Allah facilitate its realization in the future epochs. We implore the divine entity, Allah, to acknowledge that the individual in question did not attain the beneficence of water in their actions. In the name of Allah. It is evident that both individuals eventually lost consciousness subsequent to the aforementioned event. God. May the individual's quest for divine transcendence lead to a profound spiritual enlightenment. We respectfully request the blessings of the benevolent Allah upon those individuals who have departed from our presence and are now, in accordance with your divine decree, embarking upon the sanctified environment of the educational setting. May it be hoped that divine guidance accompanies individuals as they embark upon the transformative process of self-realization and personal growth. Please bestow upon them the tranquility and wisdom that arise from embracing your sacred doctrines. Kindly provide guidance on the appropriate manner in which to address the esteemed teacher, the most merciful Allah, when seeking clarification or posing inquiries. In the pursuit of knowledge and understanding, I humbly seek the wisdom and insights of others, invoking the name of Allah. May my words be expressed with utmost humility and deference. I earnestly beseech the divine entity to bestow upon me the privilege of experiencing your esteemed presence, an abundance of favorable circumstances, and unwavering support, invoking the name of Allah, the exceedingly benevolent and compassionate. The name of the deity worshipped in Islam is Allah. Respected interlocutor, I kindly request that you share the knowledge you have acquired. May the profound wisdom and profound understanding bestowed by Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, illuminate my journey towards comprehending this sacred path. I respectfully request the blessings and guidance of Allah, who is known for his utmost grace and mercy. The name attributed to the supreme deity in Islam is Allah. I express my sincere gratitude to Allah for manifesting the existence of the life-sustaining rivers. I humbly implore the divine guidance of Allah as I engage in a thorough exploration of this dataset. The name attributed to the supreme deity in Islam is Allah. The supplicant implores the entity characterized by great compassion and benevolence to attentively consider the predicament faced by these fatigued and depleted individuals. In order to navigate this challenging period, it is imperative that they receive your divine benevolence. Demonstrate the path towards empowerment and rejuvenation through the vast expanse of your boundless wisdom. I humbly implore the divine entity known as Allah, invoking the name of Allah, the embodiment of boundless mercy, with steadfast faith in your supreme benevolence and empathy, and with complete surrender to your divine decree. The name attributed to the supreme deity in the Islamic faith is Allah. We engage in the act of worship towards you, O Allah, and beseech your divine guidance and benevolence. The reason for the praise of Allah lies in his attributes of mercy and forgiveness. The attribution of glory is ascribed to Allah, the Omnipotent. The students made an observation that was both straightforward and insightful. May it be bestowed upon them by a divine entity to attain the lucidity they desire and fulfill their supplications for erudition and comprehension. Our dependence is placed upon the divine will, and we humbly beseech for divine benevolence. We humbly beseech Allah to recognize the significance of water in fostering bonds of affection and camaraderie. As we commence our journey towards love and friendship, it is imperative that we duly recognize the multitude of actions and events that are intricately associated with this sacred entity. I offer this prayer in the name of Allah. The author expresses a hopeful sentiment, invoking Allah's wisdom, and emphasizes the importance of recognizing the immense value of these connections. The name attributed to the supreme deity in the Islamic faith is Allah. I humbly beseech Allah, the Most Merciful, to bestow upon me the capacity to deeply encounter the presence of the Prophet and satisfy my spiritual yearnings. May we beseech the benevolent entity to bestow upon us the discernment required to acknowledge the sanctity that Sam symbolized within the realm of our subconscious visions. In light of religious beliefs, it is hoped that the following revelation will enable us to gain a comprehensive understanding of Sam's true nature. We earnestly beseech Allah, the epitome of mercy and generosity, to grant us the intellectual capacity required to thoroughly grasp and embrace the profound importance of this sacred revelation. The name attributed to the supreme deity in the Islamic faith is Allah. I respectfully beseech Allah, the Most Merciful, to grant me forgiveness for harboring any skepticism towards your all-knowing nature. I respectfully acknowledge your extensive understanding of the matter and kindly request your gracious acceptance of my humble acknowledgement in the name of Allah, the Most Merciful. Kindly provide guidance in assessing the extent to which it effectively portrays Him within the context of a sacred environment characterized by virtuous love. The Prophet's recurring dreams have bestowed upon us an enduring and boundless love, one that is infinite and eternal. I beseech you, O Most Merciful and Gracious, to bear this in your thoughts. I humbly implore the Divine Presence to bestow upon myself and my intimate companion an ongoing abundance of benevolence and favor. Kindly direct your attention to our supplication, O Most Merciful Allah. May tranquility be bestowed upon our discourse concerning the Prophet, who was meticulously chosen by the Omniscient and entrusted with the sacred duty of bearing witness to the marvels of the celestial domain. I respectfully request divine guidance while contemplating the sacred teachings bestowed upon us by the esteemed Prophet Sallallahu. I respectfully implore the divine entity, Allah, to bestow upon me wisdom and comprehension regarding the fundamental tenets that constitute the radical Islamic belief system. In the name of Allah, I humbly beseech the divine presence of Allah, the epitome of mercy and compassion, in order to avail myself of His boundless wisdom and guidance. During this sacred period, I reflect upon the profound veneration associated with the inherent belief system that is present within every individual. At what point do individuals ultimately surrender their volition, placing trust in the fulfillment of your predestined trajectory for their lives? Allah, the deity worshipped in Islam. In my pursuit of unraveling the enigmas surrounding human aspirations, I humbly beseech the divine blessings of Allah. The name attributed to the supreme deity in Islam is Allah. I direct my prayers towards you, the Most Merciful and Compassionate Allah, with the intention of invoking your divine presence, knowledge, and illumination. The inquiry I respectfully present pertains to a response that is not affirmative, but rather unfavorable, in accordance with the teachings of Allah, the Most Gracious, the Most Merciful. In accordance with religious tradition, I invoke the name of Allah, the Most Merciful and the Most Gracious, seeking His divine wisdom to guide and illuminate my path, granting me comprehension. I express my gratitude for the benevolence and compassion of Allah, the Most Gracious and Merciful, bestowed upon me. The name attributed to the Divine Being in the Islamic faith is Allah. As the Fajr prayer time approaches during the reign of Asad, we earnestly beseech Allah, the Most Merciful, to grant us a lucid vision that may be realized in its entirety. May Allah bestow upon His devoted servant the illumination necessary to comprehend the intricacies of their vision. May it be expedited by divine intervention that they embark upon a spiritual pilgrimage towards the inherent sanctity that has remained latent within their being. The author expresses a hopeful sentiment that individuals will attain knowledge and understanding through the bestowed omnipotent grace and divine insight. It is anticipated that the individuals will exhibit motivation and acquire knowledge as they engage in the process of learning about their respective journeys. I respectfully implore your benevolent and compassionate presence to bestow significance upon these utterances, which, upon initial examination, may seem devoid of any discernible meaning. May individuals encounter the solace derived from the celestial realm, as they undergo a process of metamorphosis, becoming a channel for profound sagacity and discernment. May the Lord ensure the safety of individuals as they embark on their journey. May the divine entity bestow blessings upon these individuals as it gazes from above. We humbly implore the Prophet of Compassion to bestow upon us profound enlightenment and the fortitude to translate it into action. We respectfully request your esteemed guidance, invoking the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful, as you have indicated the existence of 3 potential alternatives. We anticipate that the verbal communication you provide will guide us towards the appropriate course of action. We respectfully appeal and beseech for divine intervention in the name of Allah, who is recognized as the most merciful and the most compassionate. The name attributed to the supreme deity in the Islamic faith is Allah. We express our humility and submission to you, O Allah, recognizing that it is solely within your power to imbue individuals' hearts with the resplendent allure of Islam and bestow upon them a sense of contentment in their lives.